Let's talk about moving. Ugh. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Kay. I'm a professional home organizer and soprano here in the Boston area, and I am here to inspire you to live a more organized life. So today we're going to talk about one of my least favorite things to do, but something I've done a lot in my life, and that is moving. I don't know how many of you know this, but I'm actually a military brat, the only child of two military Army colonel doctors, and we had to move a lot. I'm grateful. I saw a lot of really cool places. I lived in different parts of the country. I even saw Europe. It was very cool. However, I was counting the number of times I have moved in my life, and I want to say it's at least 16 times. So I know a thing or two about moving, and I also know a thing or two about organizing. I am here to share with you my biggest takeaways about moving that you should know to keep your move organized and smooth. Before we get started, I want to thank Extra Space Storage for sponsoring this video. I am so excited to be working with Extra Space Storage. Y'all know, I love Extra Space. They have been so great for me when I needed to move and like adjust my life. Both times when I was in between places, was it both times? I think it was 3 times when I was in between places. They were so fantastic for me. We'll talk about them a little later in the video. Already talking about them, but let's just to let you know, this video is sponsored. Okay, well, not the number one, but like number one on my list of things I learned from moving like 16,000 times was to declutter your stuff before you move and pack. You don't want to be in the situation where you're packing your boxes, you're packing everything. And this happens when people are moving really quickly. They're like, oh my goodness, I need to pack boxes, and they just put all the stuff in their boxes. And then when they get to the next destination, they unpack the boxes and they're like, what? Why do I have this? It's happened to me. It's happened to me where I've opened a box and been like, why do I have this whole box? What is this? So if it's any time to declutter, the time is now. Before you start packing your boxes, before you even buy the boxes, before you fill out that change of address form, start decluttering. Get the stuff that is causing you stress out of the house. That way you don't have to pack it and move it, because that's weird and not good.
Hey, it's Editing Kay here. Am I looking at the camera? I don't know. It's this way. I'm on my phone. Anyway, I didn't even notice Clover was behind me, like trying to get me to throw the ball. I don't know how long he stayed there, but we'll see for the rest of the video. I just noticed as I was editing, and I think it's hilarious. So, enjoy him.
My number two tip, okay, that's what these are, they're tips, is to start packing the least used items first. So you're not doing yourself a disservice, you know, when you're still living there, but you have to pack. So, I mean, if you have a fancy dining room, pack that first. Yeah, I mean, I know it hardly ever gets used if you have a fancy dining room, or if you have like, you know, I mean, not that you don't use your like entertainment room downstairs, but you know, it's probably like the least important room in the house. You don't need your office, you know, you need your office to function, you need your kitchen to function. So start packing up the least used stuff first and keep the essentials for like the last minute. Fun fact, whenever I move, I always pack a box with my coffee maker, a mug, and some coffee in it. And I label it like in huge letters, coffee, and it says important, and I never let the movers touch this box. I always handle this box. I'm like, that box comes in my car. I'm like, leave it alone. I mean, if I'm not moving across the country or whatever. You know what? I haven't moved across the country yet, but I think I would probably take it with me on like a plane or something. I don't, it's a very important, it's important, okay? Number 3, and this is something my husband actually has taught me and is he is the best with this, is that you can always find free boxes. Somebody has just always moved and needs to like get rid of their boxes. The last 3 times my husband and I have moved, we have not bought a single, well, that's not true. We bought like a couple of like specialty boxes, but we've picked up most of our boxes either from Craigslist, from Free Cycle, from just like the neighbor next door. Like if they moved, they'll just like leave the boxes. They'll, you know, we'll answer something on Craigslist. They leave the boxes out on the curb or whatever. My husband drives by and grabs them and brings them back. He was like, last time though, I will confess, he was like, it was a little bit extreme, but we didn't buy a single box, and it was amazing. We got a lot of used boxes, but we got a whole bunch of like brand new boxes that had never even been unfolded. So like, always check for like used boxes. Boxes are expensive, right? Don't buy boxes, just get them used. It's great. Number 4, and this is a really important tip, is that color coding your boxes can help not just you, but everyone who has to touch your stuff. Color coding is one of the most basic, easy to manage coding labeling systems. So I have these really cool stickers that I bought from Amazon, but you don't even have to do that. You can like write on your box with a certain color Sharpie. You know, your bedroom is red and your bathroom is blue and the kitchen is yellow. Just keep it really consistent, and that way everyone will know where your box is going to be placed at the end with your destination. So it's especially helpful for if you have hired professional movers. They know exactly where to take everything because it's clearly labeled with a color. Color is much easier to recognize than like a label that says kitchen. If it's kitchen and it's yellow and they all say kitchen yellow, it's hard to mess it up. Again, you don't have to buy those like fancy labels, even though I like myself a fancy label. You could just get some markers and make it work for you. And lastly, I just want to give you a little bit of organizer tough love. This is something I've seen a lot, and I want to just give this tip out there just as a general PSA that when you get to your destination and you're unpacking, that you unpack every single solitary box you brought to your house. I have been to so many people's houses and they're like, yeah, we moved like 2 years ago, but those boxes, they're from the move. And I'm like, what's in them? If they've been there for 2 years, then you didn't need them. When you get to your destination, please unpack every single solitary box. It might take a while. You might be annoyed, but just do yourself a favor and unpack every single box. It does 2 things, right? You got to find a home for everything. Pain in the butt, I know. Easier said than done. And 2, it makes you realize how much stuff you actually have. So it's a kind of a sobering experience. So if you're having trouble letting some stuff go, unpack every box. All right, I want to thank Extra Space Storage for sponsoring this video. They have been so wonderful to work with. Roll the ad read.
Today's video is sponsored by Extra Space Storage. Extra Space Storage is the 2nd largest operator of self-storage facilities in the USA, with over 1,900 facilities in over 40 states. At Extra Space, you can rent a space to store your personal or business belongings at a clean, secure property. Unlike full-service storage services where you might have limited access to your belongings, self-storage gives you so much more control. You can pack and arrange the storage unit however you like, and you can have access to your belongings at any point during your location's open hours. So you can take things out whenever you'd like. Self-storage is an amazing option if you have life transitions, if you're moving, if you need to move out of your home temporarily while doing renovations and need somewhere to put your furniture and all of your belongings. I have personally used Extra Space Storage, an amazing, fantastical 3 times in less than 6 years, and it was an amazing experience every time. Every unit I rented was amazingly clean. I felt my belongings were safe there, and the staff that were there treated me so kindly and were so helpful in picking out the right size unit and helping me and guiding me along the way. Each time when I needed to move out of my unit, it was super smooth and easy. Extra Space Storage was great about letting me do this, and I was so honored when they asked me to offer some organizing advice over on their YouTube channel. So if you're experiencing a life transition like moving and need to find out how to declutter your items, go ahead and over to Extra Space Storage's channel, where I filmed an entire video about how to declutter. It is a good one. So thank you for Extra Space Storage for sponsoring this video, where storage just isn't about space, it's about helping people to a better tomorrow.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you, let me know down in the comments, how many of you are military brats, and how many times did you move, and what was the coolest place where was the coolest place you lived? That's a lot of questions down. I don't know, leave them down in the comments below. I'm very curious. All right guys, I hope you're having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. There's not enough Clover, but here he is. Here he is. He's got wet feet. because he was out in the grass catching balls. So now he's here. Hopefully you'll take a nap soon, right? You gonna take a nap? What do you think? Nap? Maybe sleep? I know I'm gonna take a nap. Totally gonna take a nap. He's a menace if he doesn't like go out and exercise. Aren't ya? Aren't ya? Okay guys, see you later.